and the funny thing is, we did a commercial last year for Father's Day. Me and DJ Premier, we did a Good Dad Gang Star. Gangstar meets Good Dad Gang. We did a commercial. So he reached out. He got Ice-T. He got LL Cool J. He got 2 Chainz. He got Logic. He got all these dope dads. And I asked him about one specific dad, and I said, "Yo, can you get this dude in there?" Like, and he's like, "He's not a good dad." Like, and I really respected that about him. He wasn't trying to chase for the clout. He was like, "Nah, he's not a good dad, so he can't be in this commercial." And I thought that was so real, you know.
You can't be false claiming good dad gang.
Nah,
Hell
bro.
no.
You gotta really be about that life if you wear this brand.
How old are your kids now?
My son about to turn 16. My daughter, she's 14.
How are they dealing with the pressures of being Paul Wall's children?
I think they deal with it great. Of course, they internalize a lot of it, so they might not share it all with me. But I try to communicate a lot with them, you know, about who I am, or, you know, why people this or that. You know, it's, hey, they don't. But there are other celebrities kind of that they go to school with here and there. You know what I'm saying?
They probably know a bunch of your friends who are famous, so it's not that strange.
It was definitely kind of weird and strange because, you know, when they first start going to school, the teachers know who I am. You know, the parents know who I am, but the students don't. You know, kindergarten, they don't know about
you ever
rappers.
have a teacher pass a mixtape to the kid?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
Yeah, man. But then, you know, as they get older now, you know, when they get to middle school, especially coming from the Texas underground and that culture, is like, okay, we come from an area where their parents grew up listening to us. So, you know, when they kind of come of age to start listening to really hip hop and looking up their own hip hop, that's when they like, oh man, your dad Paul Wall. And so then, especially when they get to high school, even though it's, you know, it's different generations, so the high school kids might necessarily not listen to me, but they still might see me as, oh, he can put me on. So I'm definitely there's other students always coming to me talking about trying to get me to put them on or this or that. So it's a little awkward, but you know, they deal with the, you know, the fakeness of some people wanting to be friends with them because they famous or they rich or this or that, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, one time I went to jail and it was on the news and they got to deal with everything they say about me that way or this way, you know. So I'm very aware of the things I do, how it affects them. And I try to communicate with them to try to, you know, encourage them to be them. Don't feel like they got to be a baby me or this or that. Be them. You know, be yourself, whoever you are, be that. And, you know, understand all of this. It's a lot to grasp as a child. But, I mean, I definitely think they do very well with it, you know, handling it.
I have a funny story. So I stayed in Austin in like 2009 for a couple months, right? Like me and a bunch of the BMX homies at the time were just like out filming every day and shit. And I had this girl that I was chilling with who was from Texas, and we were all talking about Paul Wall at some point. You know, I don't know what we were saying, but apparently we were making you out to be a pretty big deal because this girl feels the need to be like, I can't believe that you guys are all acting like Paul Wall is such a big deal. Like, he was my neighbor growing up. I used to see him mowing the lawn with no shirt on and shit. And I'm just like, what a lame fucking name drop that you saw him mowing the lawn. Like, I'm not allowed to be a fan of somebody who mows the lawn.
So he's not a good rapper because he mows the lawn?
But she was just trying to do that Texas cool kid card of just like, I seen him mow his lawn, so he's not that big a deal. I'm like, get the fuck, let me have this.
Well, first, I kind of grew up in that where, you know, if you're local, it's like some people hate you because you're local, some people love you because you're local. I loved anything that was local, you know what I'm saying? But there were always people that shitted on it because it was local. But then also, there are a lot of Paul Nall stories. That's what we call Paul Nall. So, you know.
Fake Paul.
Yeah, you know, and this is something that I always get me. I remember one time, okay, this was, I probably was like, I don't know, 22 years old, 23 years old. And I seen somebody, and one of my homeboys say he knew this girl who swear I smashed her. That she got this story that me and her fucked. And I'm like, nah, I ain't mess with this girl. I don't know. At this time, I'd only slept with one girl or something. You know, whatever age I was, I'd only mess with one girl like that. So I knew this girl was lying, but she was swearing that I fuck Paul Wall, I fuck Paul Wall, this and that. And then I meet the girl, and she's like, wait a minute. You Paul Wall? I'm like, yeah, you look different. And I'm like, what you mean I look different? She said, yeah, don't you remember we had sex in the back of your truck? And I'm like, a truck? I ain't never had no truck. She's like, yeah, it was a pickup truck. So somebody claiming to be me, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. So that might have been a Paul now. And then there's a lot of times where people swear they grew up with me too, where they're like, you know, I meet somebody's aunt or uncle and they be like, man, you don't remember us? And I'm like, nah, where y'all? Man, we from over here, this, then. Man, I ain't never lived where y'all. I never even been there. What you talking about? But that's the Paul now.
But also, I mean, you met a lot of people at this point in your life, right? Because I had people in my hometown come up to me being like, we went to high school together, and I'm just like, Okay, like
Yeah.
maybe.
You never said what's up.
Yeah.
In high school, you never said
Or
what's up.
even if we knew each other, bro, like I've been doing a lot of shit over these years, not to mention smoking a lot of weed and doing a lot of other drugs. So I mean, it's like a lot of information has been wiped clean from the slate.
And then you talking about somebody you went to school with 10 years ago, 15, 20, the hairstyle, everything's different. They probably put on weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained it again, changed, cut their beard, dyed it, got different clothes on. So you know exactly. When I'm thinking about high school, I'm thinking the same clothes I saw you wear, how you looking.
You know what's crazy though? You know how you just said like somebody, might have been pretending to be you? Like, I don't know if y'all seen it.
got fake
there's
terms?
Like, there's a fake Khaled, there's a fake Drake. I mean,
I
these
saw that, the
people
fake
look
Drake.
just like, get the same kind of,
I hung out with the fake Drake. It was freaky.
get at it.
Yeah, like at moments it kind of like weirded me out. Like I felt like I was looking at
the
Drake.
girls on him though?
No. There's not a lot of girls here, but I don't think
Was he talking like Drake too?
that's like the weird part is his voice is different. But he is from Toronto, so he does kind of have some similar
That's funny.
voice things about it. Yeah,
So weird.
shit was weird. Fuck. Okay, what else is going on? You guys on Team Will or Team Chris?
I'm on this, man. I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Look, man, my blame is on the Oscars. This is the same blame I have for when Kanye went up on stage with Taylor Swift at the MTV Awards. Where was the security at? Look, man, I'm saying I know they certain people. Look, ain't no way they letting me walk up on stage.
Right.
So what if it's and they can't say, oh, we thought it was part of the show. Either it's part of the show or it's not. If it's part of the show, you need to know it's part of the show. You security, you need to know it's part of the show. They walking up there, they're gonna do this. If it's not part of the show, there need to be some type of protocol. I'm talking about as many years as been these awards, they don't have no protocol if somebody walk up on stage.
Because every rap show you've been to with 500 people there, 1,000
That
people
shit
there,
happen.
that would not. But it's
Yeah.
their security
Somebody-
standing right
security
there,
is
so
gonna
it won't
block it.
happen.
Exactly.
Yo, you can't.
Exactly.
And that's at these rinky-dink ass rap shows with 500 people.
And they say, oh, we can't have security because it's intimate and it's, a certain level of, camaraderie amongst the actors. They're supposed to protocol this and that. Yeah, but where the security at to prevent this? Because at any time, somebody could come up and they'll be fucked up, drunk, high, anything, and just wild out for whatever reason. At any time, somebody could get up there with a political view that they won and somebody in the audience got a opposite political view and they like, fuck it, and they using this moment to go up and do something. I'm talking about this. Y'all ain't got no security protocol. So my blame, I'm not on Team Chris. I mean, I feel a certain way about Chris, where I like how he handled it. I feel a certain way about Will Smith. I applaud him standing up for his wife. Although I don't, I'm like, damn, I don't think this was the right way or the right time, but it's not me to judge. But my blame is on the security. Where was the security at, man? They ain't got no security protocol. Shit, man, they better come up with it.
That was a long walk up there to Chris Rock.
They say, oh, we can't have. Look, I done thought about this a lot, man. I thought about this a lot, man. Look, they say that we can't have security because it interrupt. They want to have the intimate look where it's just actors and it's just whatever. But nah, fuck that. Where the security? What if somebody really did something like serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised that they don't got no security protocol at all.
Remember they somebody snuffed Dr. Dre when he had the Vibe Awards? It's like, how does that happen, bro? How does somebody run up on Dr. Dre? Like, how? Like, where's the security?
You'd think they would have learned by now.
That's wild.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, so I know they mad. They trying to.
But y'all think it's real? Y'all think it's 100% real?
I think so. I mean, at this point,
You think it's real?
I feel like it was pretty
like 100%
compelling.
real?
It look. I mean, the reactions look real, but we also talking about incredible actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's real.
I'm on the fence. I feel like it's real, but then I'm kind of like not for sure that it's real.
Paul Wall, there was a tweet that we discussed on this podcast about a year ago, and I just wanted you to read this and let me know what you think of it.
Oh yeah, I seen this. I seen this.
I'll read it. I want to know what it was about the social climate that made Bubba Sparks and Paul Wall acceptable back in the day, LOL. Because that shit would not fly in 2021, LOL.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I read that because I was like, I feel like Paul Wall is one person who is always so cool and so obviously just a down-ass participant in the culture that I felt like I never really heard Paul Wall get the shit that you've heard an Eminem get. Right. With all respect to Eminem, he went through it. I never really saw Paul Wall having to go through that gauntlet.
Paul Wall, the people's champ, man.
People's champ, baby. I mean, I definitely have my criticism over the years here and there, but I mean, shit, man, I always try to group myself in with the Texas artists. So I don't really get compared to Bubba Sparks. You know what I'm saying? To her. So for me, when I saw it, I was like, well, of course he only saying that because we both white. But you know, to me, it's like shit. I wasn't grouped in with the white rappers. I was grouped in with the Texas rappers. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So and that's what I always aspired to be. And then too, you know, coming up on the Swishahouse tapes, maybe they didn't know what my race was when you hear it. It's slowed down, this and that. Or a lot of times, actually, when me and Kameen, you know, rapping on the Swishahouse tapes, they knowing it, okay, they might find out, okay, one on white. A lot of people thought Kameen verses was my verse because he had like more of a proper delivery where, you know, where he pronunciated his words was a little bit different. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't really ever get too much shit for being white or that type of stuff. But I do remember one time in Florida, we were in Pensacola, Florida.
Shout out Pensacola.
Yeah, man. We were at what was it called? Star 69, Roy Jones Jr. Club. I think it was called something like that. And me and my boy Lou Hawk, rest in peace. We were I was performing. Me and Kameen were performing. And I was at the bar. Me and my boy Lou Hawk. I seen somebody next to me say something to his homeboy. Say, man, when Power Wall coming on stage? That's the only reason why I'm here, man. I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm ready to go, man. When Power Wall coming on stage? And I tap him. I say, what's up, man? I'm about to go on stage in like 15 minutes. And he looked at me like he was about to slap the shit out of me. Like, man, what the fuck you doing talking to me? And I'm like, I could see that he was looking at me crazy. And I was just like, yeah, I'm about to go on in like 15 minutes. All right, I see. Then I was like, man, what's up with him, man? Shit. Then I performed, and I seen him afterwards. And he said, damn, this whole time I ain't know you was white. Because he said, man, look, I hate white people, because where he lived, that's how he was raised. You know, he was like, man, I hate white people, but you my favorite rapper, and I never knew you was white, so I don't know how to feel. Like, that's why when I seen you at the bar, I'm like, who is this white boy coming talking to me?
Wow,
shit,
you forced him to confront his own prejudices. That's pretty cool.
So shout out to Pensacola.
Imagine a world before social media.
Before you fucking Google
You
the
know,
guy's
imagine
name.
a world
I'm pretty sure
before that.
Google was out for the entirety of Paul Wall's career, but you know.
Well, even me, man, I always wanted to be myself, be true to who I am. That's what my mom always told me. That's what I was always taught. Be you, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So some people believe it. I believe that, you know, to be myself. So I always been myself. So some people like it, don't like it. I'm the same. Me and Kameen live a few houses down from each other, so we're not too different. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Chameleon now, we have a host on here, this dude Duno, who's a Mexican kid from around here. He's 22, and he was doing a podcast with an older comedian, and the comedian mentions that he did a song with Chameleon, and Duno says, who's that? Should we discipline him for this?
I don't know. He's kind of a different generation or age.
Different coast, different age.
Yeah, so
I kind of still feel like we need to beat the shit out of him for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Kameen. He's definitely had a hell of a musical career.
Legend.
You know, he went platinum. He won a Grammy. You know, oh my God, man, shit, for him to win a Grammy for Houston hip hop, man, that was huge for us, man.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we want to thank you so much for getting us to 100,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. If you want to support, please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200K. Thank you so much.